Chapter 3, Part 4, A Sharp Right Turn on the National Road. So the group wanted to make sketches of the white-skinned creatures that Steven saw, but he was so traumatized that he didn't want to deal with looking at the faces of the creatures. And the three of them, they wanted to uncover all the details of what happened that night. And the session was ended because Dr. Franklin saw that Stephen was undergoing a lot of fear and physical discomfort, and it would have been very difficult for him to continue. So when Budd Hopkins went home, he felt bad and had a lot of sympathy for Steve. So all of this happened in the 70s, and that's when Travis Walton published his account of his Arizona abduction. And that was everybody knows about Travis Walton on UFO circles. And the way Travis Walton described the aliens is that they were under 5 feet tall, had thin bones, and they were covered with white marshmallowy looking flesh. And they had no nails on their fingers, and their hands were small, delicate, and they didn't have hair on the backs of them. So Stephen Kilburn's account happened in 1973, and Travis Walton happened on November of 1975. On March 18 of 1978, a man named Bill Herman experienced a 2-hour time lapse while he was standing outside his home in Charleston, South Carolina, while he was observing a UFO. He went under hypnosis and he described the aliens as figures that were white skinned and they had the color of a marshmallow, and their eyes were dark with a brown iris. They had large heads without any hair. In 1953, a boy named Jerry Armstrong was 12 years old at the time, and he experienced something similar. He went under hypnosis, and he said that 2 of them took him to a ship, and they were just a little bit taller than him, and they also had whitish gray skin. Then there was an Air Force Sergeant, Charles L. Moody, and in August 13, 1975, he described the aliens that abducted him. He said that they were between 4 feet 8 inches and 5 feet tall, and they had heads that were larger than ours, and they had no hair, no eyelashes, no eyebrows, and their skin were whitish gray in color. So Budd Hopkins talked to Steven a few days after the session with Dr. Franklin, and he said that he was calm about the experience and he was just trying to put it out of his mind. And he didn't want to go through hypnosis for a while. So after that, Budd Hopkins moved his family to their summer house in Cape Cod. And when he was there, Ted Blocker continued to speak to Steven from time to time, but it was not until December 1978 that Steven decided he was once again ready to try hypnosis. So when Steven went under hypnosis, they made a tape recording, but Steven never heard the session and he had not seen the transcript. So when they were gonna try hypnosis again, like new material might surface. So in the months after that hypnotic session, Ted and Budd Hopkins met another psychologist that knew hypnosis, and her name was Dr. Aphrodite Clamar. And she was a female psychologist. So Dr. Neyman met Dr. Clamar at a party and happened to mention that a group of UFO researchers, which were Budd Hopkins and Ted Blocker, were looking for a female psychologist that knew hypnotic techniques. And the reason for that was that a woman had been abducted in April of 1977 near Tucson, Arizona, and she wanted to undergo hypnosis, but only the psychologist was a female. And this female abductee was a shy 53-year-old woman. So the appointment was made for Steven for December 1st, 1978. So Ted Blocker told Aphrodite the fear that Steve experienced in his session seven months earlier. So she interviewed Steven and then put him in a deep trance so that he could relive his experience.